Hello and welcome to my channel. In this tutorial we're gonna do this stitch. It's a very easy, like a mesh type stitch, if you like, for a summer blanket or shawl or whatever, even scarves if you want to do. It's reversible. It's pretty much one row repeat. It's very easy to do this one. Okay, this stitch works with multiples of 2 plus one more. So I chain my multiples of 2 and now I'm gonna chain one more. What we're gonna do, we're gonna skip the first chain, and in the second chain from the hook we're gonna go in there and we're gonna do a single crochet. So in each chains until we finish this row we're gonna do single crochet. It's a very easy stitch. It's, well, some of you might not like the way you have to work, but it's very easy after you get accustomed with the positions, where you have to place the hook. It's gonna go really fast and smooth. Okay, last chain, single crochet. Now we're gonna chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. Turn your work, and now the first stitch is here, yarn over the hook. We're gonna go into the first stitch and we're gonna do a double crochet. Okay, skip the next stitch, and in the next stitch, yarn over the hook, we're gonna do an extended double crochet. Okay, and now yarn over the hook, we're gonna go back into the first stitch here where we did this double crochet. So we're gonna go from back into the stitch, pull up a loop, and then do the extended double crochet. So you pull the yarn to the first loop, then pull the yarn to the next 2 loops and the last 2. And now we're gonna skip the next stitch, and in the next we're gonna do an extended double crochet. So you go in there, pull up a loop, you pull the yarn to the first loop, pull the yarn to the next 2 loops, pull the yarn to the last 2, yarn over the hook, and now we're gonna go back into the stitch that we worked here, right here. From back you go into that stitch, pull up a loop, and then do the extended double crochet. So you pull first the yarn to the first loop, then the next 2, and then the next 2. So now we're gonna do the same, yarn over the hook, you're gonna skip the next stitch, and in the next stitch you're gonna do an extended double crochet, the next 2 loops and the next 2 loops, yarn over the hook, and now we're gonna go back into the stitch that we worked last, this one. So from back you go into that stitch, you pull up a loop, and you do the extended double crochet, yarn over the hook, skip the next stitch, and in the next stitch we're gonna do the same. First extended double crochet, and then we're gonna go back into this stitch here from the back, and you do the extended double crochet, yarn over the hook, skip the next stitch, and in the next we're gonna do the same. And we go back into the last stitch that we worked here. Keep going from front. And you do the extended double crochet, yarn over the hook. You have left 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3. So you're gonna skip the next stitch, and in the next stitch you're gonna do first the extended double crochet, and then we're gonna go back into this stitch here. So yarn over the hook, from the back you go into the stitch, pull up a loop and do the extended double crochet, and you have one stitch left, and in this one we're gonna do 2 double crochet together. So yarn over the hook, go into the stitch, pull up a loop, do a double crochet, leave the loop there, and you go back again and do the second double crochet. You have 3 loops, pull the yarn through all 3 loops, chain 3, and you're gonna repeat the row. It's gonna look like this. So now in the first stitch here, yarn over the hook, the first stitch in here we're gonna do 1 double crochet, a normal double crochet, yarn over the hook, you're gonna skip the next stitch, and in the next stitch you're gonna do an extended double crochet, and then we're gonna go back into the stitch, the first stitch that we did this double crochet, yarn over the hook, and you go from behind, you insert your hook into that stitch, pull up a loop and do the extended double crochet, yarn over the hook, and again you're gonna skip the next stitch, and in the next you're gonna do the same, the extended double crochet first, yarn over the hook, and we're gonna go back into this stitch here, this one, from the back you insert your hook there, pull up a loop and do the extended double crochet, and this is it. This is the row that you're gonna repeat. Skip this stitch, and in the next you do the extended double crochet first, yarn over the hook, and we're gonna go back into this stitch here, from the back insert your hook into that stitch, and you do the extended double crochet, and so on. This is the stitch that you're gonna do until you finish your project. If you choose to do something with this stitch, skip one, and in the next we're gonna do the same. And we're gonna go back into this stitch, and there, pull up a loop. You might pinch it like this to maybe it's much easier for you. So again, skip the next, and in the next we're doing the same. And you go back into that stitch that we worked last, skip the next stitch, and in the next you're gonna do the same. 1 extended double crochet, yarn over the hook, and we're gonna go back into this stitch, from back, pull up a loop, do the extended double crochet, yarn over the hook, and now the last stitch is here, this one, so we're gonna do 2 double crochet together, go back again into the same stitch, 3 loops, pull the yarn through all 3 loops, then you're gonna chain 3, and you're gonna start repeating again. So this is the stitch. The first stitch is here, yarn over the hook, you do a double crochet, you're gonna go back into this, so skip the next stitch, and in the next you do a extended double crochet, okay, and now we're gonna go back into this stitch, from the back insert your hook there, pull up a loop and do the extended double crochet, skip the next stitch, and in the next we're doing the same. And we're gonna go back into this. So this is the stitch. It's 1 row repeat. You're doing on and on and on like this if you like to do some project with this stitch. So we'll go back into this, it's gonna look like this. Skip 1 stitch, and in the next we're doing the same. So now you go back into the stitch that you worked last. Yeah, it resembles the cross double crochet, but with this one it's like it's the cross extended double crochet. So the last stitch is here. We're gonna do 2 double crochets together, 3 loop. Uh-oh, how come? I finished that. So you pull the yarn to the last 3, chain 3, and you start again, and it looks like this. Well, if you like to do this stitch, give it a try. You might like this stitch. Looks really nice, and it's reversible for a. This is a knot in the yarn here. If you like a shawl, a spring blanket, something breezy, you know, it's nice to do this. Okay, well, this is what we worked, and if you open like this, it looks really nice. So you can make a scarf, for example, and you have it like this. You chain a long chain, and then you work, and then you put it like this on you. Looks really nice. Or like this, either way. Okay, well, thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.